All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the Take Action Academy. We're just so grateful to have you join us. We're excited that you guys have committed to you, not to us, but to you. And honestly, the biggest thing I think that holds people back is really belief. And the best way you can build belief in you and your skills is really by committing and doing. Like, so taking action consistently. And that's what this group is all about, is really taking ownership for your goals, where you want your business to be, and then taking the action to get there.
So yeah, we're going to have a number of different steps, activities, take action steps for you to grow your business. But like Heidi mentioned, the only way anybody is successful with this is if you do take ownership. Okay, so you have to take ownership of your position, ownership of your business, and understand that you're going to have tracks to run on, but we're going to hold each other accountable in doing that. Again, so as Heidi mentioned, echoing that, like, we are so grateful that you're here. This is going to be a fun ride. It's going to be a fun 4 weeks. And then that 4 weeks is just going to lead into bigger and better things for you.
All right. So what is this group all about, right? So some of you saw our Facebook Live last night. For those of you who haven't, this group is going to be a 30-day intensive training, okay? So we are going to have one Zoom training session per week. It's every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for the next 4 weeks. And during those sessions, you guys, we're going to be training on the skills of network marketing, okay? So we're going to help you master the skills that you need to really take your business to the next level, and then pairing that with taking consistent action, okay? So this group is about simplicity and consistency. So we're not going to be asking you to do a bunch of crazy stuff, right? We know that so many of you in here are already juggling full-time jobs, school, career, whatever, families. So what we are asking of you is to commit to devoting 1 hour per day, 6 days per week to income producing activities. Okay. So during that hour, you guys, you're going to eliminate all distractions and get clear, right? So no clutter, turn off your Facebook notifications, text messages, things that make you like a squirrel where you can't focus. Okay. Because if you are devoting 1 hour, that's what you need, is just focused 1 hour time. And you'd be amazed at how productive you can be in 1 hour.
Yeah, for sure. And we've been doing this now for a little over 4 years. And really the most successful people that we've worked with are the people that do it in the pockets of their life and do it 1 hour a day, so it's not a 4, 6, 8 hour a day deal. Because, usually those people, they are, busy, they know how to prioritize time, and that type of thing. So again, it's not going to be anything that anybody and everybody on this call or on this Facebook or Zoom session can't handle. Okay, 1 hour a day. That's all about priorities. Everything in life is about priorities. So if this is a priority to you, okay, you can prioritize 1 hour a day, okay, and the results are going to prove for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And periodically in this group, you guys, we're going to be posting an action step of the day or accountability posts, and we ask that you comment on those to hold yourself accountable and really just contribute to the positive energy and feedback into the group. And you guys are honestly what is going to make this group, okay? So please get involved, and like anything in life, what you put into this is what you're going to get back, right? So this group, who is this for, right? This is for people who are really ready to either focus. Maybe you're brand new and you're like, I want this, I need this, and I'm ready to focus on this. Or maybe you've been in for a while and you're like, I am ready to refocus. You're ready to commit to your why, right? Why is it that you're pursuing this opportunity, right? What do you want out of life? Like, where do you see yourself, going, okay? And then really just taking the action to get there. People who are ready to draw a line in the sand, right? Enough is enough. I am ready to do this, do the work, and take it to the next level. This is for you, right? And also people who are willing to be open to learning skills and being willing to be coachable and taking action. Okay?
I think that's probably the biggest piece, is being open and understanding that, what you're going to learn throughout the next 30 days. And maybe you've been in this for a year, 2 years, right? And a lot of this stuff's going to be a review. But we all, common leaders, people across company wide, okay, every time we sit down, we go to a meeting, we go to a presentation, to an event, like, what is successful is what is so simplistic. It's not difficult. It's if you're willing to be consistent, so it's not rocket science on how you build a business. Okay. It's just taking the action steps, being consistent, holding each other accountable. And as Heidi said, you have to have a strong why. You have to be willing to refocus or focus. Okay. Do you love what you're doing? What are your personal goals? All right. This is about you, not about us. So what are your goals? And we're going to touch on getting clear with those in a little bit, but okay, whatever your goals are is what you need to go after. Okay, whatever those are, $500 a month, 1,000, replacing your income, 6-figure income, whatever it is, whatever those goals are, it takes commitment, dedication, consistency, and we're going to give you the tracks to run on to do that. So who this is not for, okay, this group is not for people who don't want to take control this month. Okay, so if you're still kind of on the fence, like you're like, I want to learn a little bit about this, and you're not 100% sure. Okay, if you're not 100% sure after this call, after the Zoom session, this probably isn't the right group for you, because this is for people that want to make a difference. You want to change lives. You want to change other people's lives, and you want to grow your business in the next 30 days. Okay. This is not for people who can't commit to 1 hour per day. Okay. So if you can justify or not justify making 1 hour per day, 6 days a week to growing this business, then this group is not for you, because we're going to have income producing activities that are going to lay it out plain and simple, clear as day on how it is to be successful in following those in less than 1 hour per day. This is also not for people who just want to sit back and watch, right? Maybe you have been in the business for a couple of years and you've got a couple people on your team that are in this group and you're hoping they work. You have to be in the trenches with them. Okay. If you're brand new, okay, you're going to learn how to be successful. All right. So if you're not into that and you're not consistent and you're not willing to take those action steps with us, this group is not for you. But I'm pretty sure we've got a ton of people that are pretty excited to grow your business in the next 30 days.
Yeah. And you guys, honestly, if you're sitting there and then, we realize there's different seasons of life, right? So if you're thinking, gosh, I can't commit 1 hour per day for the next 6 days, then, that's okay. We still love you, but this group isn't for you. Okay. These are for the people who are ready to really focus in and take action. All right. So we are literally, you guys, because we are all about simplicity, keeping it simple so that you don't have all these, pieces and you're like, gosh, what do I do? Right. We put together a weekly IPA tracker. I don't know. Can you guys see this? And I'm going to upload this to the files tab as soon as we are done here. But basically what this is, you guys, I have coded in yellow your key income producing activities. So when you're sitting there, okay, when you have your hour of focus time and you're sitting there thinking, okay, what should I be doing during this time? Your yellow is like your income producing activity. That's what you really want to be focusing your majority of your time on. Okay, so new contacts, setting appointments, follow-ups, text messages, phone calls, 3-way calls, launch parties, social media posts. Those are things that generate income in your business when you do them consistently. Okay, so those daily activities are listed on the left. Each week, you're going to set your weekly goal. Okay. So you're going to set how many contacts you want to have, new contacts, how many follow-ups you want to make, how many social media posts. So you put your weekly goal there, and then every single day, you guys, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you put your number of what you actually did. Okay. And then at the end, you'll tally up your weekly total. And then at the bottom, you have a takeaway, your lessons learned for the week. Maybe you came up a little short. Maybe you crushed your weekly goals and you're like, gosh, maybe I need to reset those next week, put them a little higher. Whatever that is, this is a great way just to keep you accountable, because if you're going through the week and you're not putting any numbers in the boxes, then that means you're not doing the work, right? So this is here to keep you on track, keep you accountable to your goals, your why. Okay.
And I'll just throw in too, don't be above this. All right. There's a lot of people, sometimes they think, tracking sheets, color codes, that's cute. That's not for me. This will keep you on track. Again, if you are serious about growing your business, you need to track these things. That's the only way you're going to do them. It's only way you're going to know how much you've done, how much you need to do the next week. If you say, you set your goals at 3 contacts a day, whatever it may be. Maybe you thought that, that was easy, that was simple, too hard, whatever it is. You adjust that from week to week, what fit your goals and your why, because this is what it's about. It's being consistent and having, something that you can follow step by step by step we're going to be doing this along with you.
And so the orange here, you guys, this is your customer and business retention activities. And then your blue are skill development activities. Okay. So it's all color coded. It makes it super simple, but use this to just keep you focused throughout the week.
Awesome. So that's basically a gist of what the next really 4 weeks through, except for this, is going to be about. So I know there are so many people on here that have joined that are kind of even brand new. So again, welcome to our team, welcome to our group, welcome to the Take Action Academy. We know that this is going to be something that's going to get your business off and running. So regardless of what your goals are, we're going to meet you with where you're at, and we're going to have a lot of success, a lot of fun doing that. So with that being said, we want to briefly just touch on our story, because we do know there's a lot of people out there that are on here that really haven't heard from us before. So obviously my beautiful wife, Heidi, myself, I'm Ryan, and we've been doing this for a little over 4 years now. We own a sports performance brand called ETS Elite. So we train athletes ages 8 through. I have several NFL, NHL, Olympic athletes that we work with. And I was the biggest skeptic on the planet. So if you're a skeptic, or you still are, or you were a skeptic about network marketing, join the club. I think a lot of people are initially. I was skeptical because I didn't understand it. I didn't know it. And I thought, that way of growing a business, because I had a traditional business that was very successful, I didn't need to do that, right? But I soon realized that as much as I love training athletes, I love being with my family more. And I was tied to my gym. I'm there 80, 90 hours a week, early in the morning till late at night. And again, I love what I do. I love training, working with athletes, but I also love my family and love them a lot more. So long story short, I decided to take a look at Isagenix along with over 30 different nutrition companies. Because again, when you train so many pro athletes, you get tons of companies that are coming in trying to get you to promote their products. And I could not put my name on something unless I wholeheartedly believed in it and knew it was the best system of products, not just for athletes, but for my wife, my kids, and really anybody else. So Isagenix blew me away. So the quality of the products, the integrity of the company, and then with being an entrepreneur that wanted time freedom, this was a perfect marriage. So, I jumped in head first and really kind of did it on my own, I would say, that first 6 months to 9 months, because Heidi was even more skeptical than me. But within 12 months, we built a multiple six-figure residual income with this. And I don't say that to impress anybody on here. That's not why I say that. I say that to prove to you that if your why is so damn strong, you can do the same thing. Many people think you own a gym, you enrolled everybody in your gym. Less than 10% of the people I've ever signed up have come through my gym. We train so many youth athletes that the last thing I'm doing is getting a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old set up on a system of products. Okay, so that's not how we built our business. I built our business initially, and then Heidi jumped on board probably 6 to 9 months in, because my heart and my why and my brain all were in synergy with one another. And I wanted to build a legacy for my family, and I wanted to impact lives. And that's really what this does, what this is. It's an opportunity for you to not only fuel your body with the best superfood, but also share. I've never felt like I've had to sell products to anybody, okay, ever, because I wholeheartedly believe in what it is that we have. And I know that I can change every person's life. I really believe that. But when our business really did take it to that next level was when this skeptical lady right here finally decided to kind of join forces with me. And it's been a blessing now for 4 years, if you want to hop in quickly and share.
Yeah. So as he mentioned, I was super skeptical. I finally, agreed to try the products just to kind of humor him. I was struggling with energy levels too. I had an amazing experience with the products, and going from someone who, said I like to eat my food, eating clean, whole foods, healthy, kind of that was my jam. But I just found that implementing this made nutrition so much more convenient, simplistic, and sustainable for our family. Our kids used it, and I loved it. I did become passionate about it because I felt like I gained more energy. I felt healthier. I felt happier. I started exercising regularly again. I was more productive with business and household tasks. And then that was really, more than anything, I felt like I was a better mom. I had more energy. I was more patient, more engaged with our first daughter at the time. And that was really when it dawned on me, it's not selfish to make your own health a priority. It's actually selfless. During that first 6 months, I was hesitant to share because I didn't want to come across as salesy. I didn't want people to think, that my intentions were not pure. And then I went to my first event with Ryan, and I was sitting in the back of the room. And for those of you who know Susan Sly, she's an Isagenix millionaire, phenomenal, multiple time author. She asked everyone in the room if anyone in the room had been blessed by the products, and everyone raised their hand, right? She said, have any of you been blessed by the opportunity or, financially? And a lot of people raised their hand, including me. And she said, if you have been blessed by this opportunity, either by the products or the opportunity, it is so selfish of you not to share that with somebody, because there are people out there that are praying for solutions to health issues, to, financial issues. And it's so selfish not to share that with people. And that was my aha moment, where I was like, it's not about me. And when you have that focus where you can genuinely help somebody, it is selfish to keep it to yourself. So that was really the shift that made it for me. And our why was strong. We craved more quality time as a family. We've been so blessed, more than the money. It's really been the quality time we've been able to spend as a family. Now, you guys, over the past 4.5 years, our vision, our goals have shifted so much. It's now larger than ourselves. And that's, when we ask people if you wanted to join this, that's why we asked you to commit to you. It's not about committing to us.
Sure.
It's about how many other families and individuals we can help experience more freedom, more choice in their life. And we do this for fulfillment, right? So early on, you might be sitting there, you might be doing it for desperation. You might just be doing it to get your products paid for, right? You might be doing it to cover your mortgage. Whatever your reason is, that's perfectly fine, you guys. You have those initial goals, and your vision, your goals, your dreams will change and evolve over time. And that's the beauty of this opportunity. But
for sure.
So we're just blessed to be here with you guys.
Yep, absolutely. And the thing is too, like so many people that we've worked with and helped, a lot of people initially think, gym owners, they have this advantage. Really, we don't. It's the most successful people in this industry are people that want to help other people. It's people that have a strong why. It's farmers, it's school teachers, it's stay-at-home moms, it's whatever it may be. Okay, it's not just being tied into a fitness industry. All right, and we've helped so many people. Again, whether your goals are $500 extra a month, $1,000, replacing your income, being home with your kids. If your why is strong enough, okay, and you truly commit to this and understand that what we have is something that can impact lives globally, okay, you're going to be successful. We've never come across anybody, and I wholeheartedly, and I'll say this as long as we're doing this, which is going to be forever, right? This is a legacy company, is that we've never come across somebody, okay, that's failed, that has been consistent, okay, and believe in what they're doing. That's all it takes is consistency and belief. If you're consistent, you believe, okay, you're going to be successful. And don't ever compare your story to somebody else's. You write your own story. You don't compare it to ours. You don't compare it to your enrolling sponsor. Whatever your goals are, whatever your vision is, whatever your why is, we are going to help you achieve that. Okay, we are going to help you achieve that if you commit. That's not taking a week off. That's not taking a month off. It's commitment, consistency. And we're going to, again, through this month, less than 1 hour a day, we're going to help you grow your business. So with that being said, the first thing I want to do is another thing we're not going to do, I guess, in the next 4 weeks is what we're not going to do is we're not going to go through the compensation plan. We're not going to break down the products. We're not going to do those things. And the reason why is we want to get into income producing activities. We want to get into skills, the topics. We got 2 of them that we're going to do tonight that we're going to cover that are going to help you grow this. Okay, on your own time. Okay, you should be doing that. Okay, if you don't already know, and I'm going to share my screen quickly. If you haven't already, been to our website, which is ISAEliteSuccess.com. Please go there. I'm going to share my screen here. ISAEliteSuccess.com. So there's a welcome video. Okay. So product and support. I'm going to click on that button right here. So every time you get somebody set up on Isagenix, okay, you can send them to this link. Okay. ISAEliteSuccess.com/product support. Okay. Getting started 101. Okay. You click there. It has everything they need to get started. Product education and tips. Join the ISA Body Challenge. There's systems and meal plan options, okay, there for them. Cleansing for success, okay, tips on how to cleanse, shake recipes, how to manage your auto ship. How many of you that have been doing this for a while get somebody 4 weeks into it, like, how do I manage my auto ship? Everything is right there, okay? Learn about the Isagenix referral program. Notice on the product page, we're not talking about the business. We're talking about the referral program, so how they can get their products paid for. Again, we don't know anybody that would rather pay full price for their products if they can help somebody get their products paid for, okay? And then staying plugged into our ISA Elite product and support group. So all that is right there on the product and support. So that's where you want to send people that are just product users, okay? So if you're a business builder, okay, which on here you obviously are, okay, we've got simplicity plus consistency equals success. Everything you need to jumpstart your business, okay, you can go through this in an hour and you'll understand the basics, okay? So learning a few facts on the products, understanding the compensation plan. I wholeheartedly believe that you can't be truly 110% excited about this opportunity unless you understand the compensation plan. Because when you do understand the comp plan, how it works, okay, the residual income that you can build by growing just 2 teams, okay, you will never quit, okay, because you always understand like this is an amazing vehicle, okay, so that is there. You know, Facebook post examples, connecting examples, okay, at the top here you see we got our ISA Elite Solutions webinar. It's a 10-minute webinar of us talking your prospects through the products and the systems, okay, so if they have questions about the products and the systems, you don't know the answer, or if you don't have time to take a 30-minute call, hey, watch this 10-minute webinar and I'll follow up with you tomorrow. Okay,
it's also a great tool just for you to personally watch, so that, you know, if you don't feel comfortable talking about certain, you know, products or the systems, watch that so you can get some of the verbiage down that we utilize when we're talking about those, so that you have that posture when you're talking to people about it.
For sure. So all that's on here. How to enroll a new associate. Okay. So, and again, up here under the immediately print, you want to print the roadmap to executive. You want to print, you know, the enrollment forms that we created that are simplified. Okay. Send post-enrollment email. Okay. So when you enroll somebody, you don't want to just enroll them and not send them their username login and then also some facts. Okay. And then adding them into our group. So again, I'm not going to go through this and beat a drum over and over, but everything is here, okay? So we're not gonna go through this stuff. Take some time to learn those basic things, okay? And it's gonna really, really help you simplify the whole process, not just for you, but for your team and for everybody else that you are bringing in to your Isagenix business. So that is, again, ISAEliteSuccess.com. There's so many other amazing tools, but I think that's just a really simplistic way for people to get started and have everything in one spot. Product, business, there's absolutely no excuses. So,
and there are links to the Isagenix website, like ISA product, yep. IsagenixHealth.net. Those links are all at the bottom there as well, because those are amazing tools too. We just wanted to dial it down to keep it simple right up front, so people don't have to go search for everything.
And one last thing I'll say on that is, it was maybe a week and a half ago, somebody commented in our ISA Elite Business Mastery group, and they're like, where do I find X, Y, and Z? And I sent them the website, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Everything I need is right here. I'm like, yes, that's what it's there for. So there's other great tools, and as Heidi mentioned, all the Isagenix links are there as well. So with that being said, I'm going to flip it over to Heidi for training topic number 1, and it's going to be your list and connecting. So this is the first topic that we want to touch on.
All right. So the first thing you need to do when you're starting your business, or, you know, maybe you've been in this a while, you know the importance of creating your list. Okay. So the number one, you know, biggest rule of thumb when creating your list is do not prejudge anyone. When I first made my first list, I think I had like 8 people on it, because I would sit there and think, oh, well, they wouldn't be interested because of XYZ reason. You know, and the people that I thought for sure would want to do it had no interest. And the people I had completely ruled out were the ones that were, you know, hey, can you tell me more about this? I see you're doing this. So you never know what is going on behind closed doors. You don't know what people are dealing with. You don't know what their struggles are. So don't prejudge anyone. So put anyone and everyone you can possibly think of on your list, okay? Another thing I hear from people a lot is, gosh, I don't know that many people, right? And you know way more people than you think you do, okay? So
just go through your phone. You probably have 200 contacts minimum in your phone.
Yeah. So who do you know, right? So like Ryan mentioned, go through your phone and think to yourself, who do you know that's interested in health and wellness, needs more energy, less stress, more money, better sleep, weight loss, eats food, right? Anyone who eats food can benefit from our products. All the other things to think about: family, neighbors, high school classmates, teammates, college friends, acquaintances, coworkers, old coworkers, wedding invite list, right? If you're willing to invite like 200 some people, someone said this to me once, you know, if you're willing to invite like 200 or 400 or 300 some people to your wedding, and you only have like 10 names on your list, right? Why wouldn't you share that with people, right? So your wedding invite list, kids, friends, parents. So if you have kids and you're taking them to sporting events, or, you know, in their classroom, get to know their parents. Where do you go for services? You know, your hairstylist, your chiropractor, your, you know, nail salon, whatever you do for services, right? Your mechanic. And then, okay, so then we have people who will tell us, you know, I've gone through my list and, you know, I've exhausted it, right? So how do you continually grow your list? You guys, this should not be like a one and done thing. This should be a continually growing, evolving list, okay? So how do you continually grow it? First of all, I would say just be more aware in your day-to-day life, right? So whether that's, you know, you go to a gym regularly, or different fitness classes that you try out, or the grocery store, or the dog park, or, you know, your spin class, or the salon, you know, a park with your kids, you know, church, mom's group, whatever, okay? So just be more aware in day-to-day life, and, you know more people, and you come in contact with people every single day, okay? So just be more open to meeting new people.
We're not saying you have to go to the grocery store with your list, right?
No.
and you're trying to write down names, but just, you know, eye contact, smiling, like how you can just get that conversation started. Okay, it's like Heidi said, it's just being more aware. Okay,
and we'll get into that in the connecting
sure.
piece too. So, all right. Also, social media, right? That you can join different groups for things you're interested in, right? So, if you're interested in knitting, I guarantee there's like a knitting Facebook group out there. Cycling, right? I know some of our friends do that Peloton bike stuff. They have like special groups for that. You know, so there's groups out there on social media for just about anything. Also, you know, Chamber of Commerce, BNI groups, moms groups, church groups, there's all kinds of different ways that you can get involved. And yes, even if you have kids and stuff, because I'm home with our kids too. So there's a lot of different opportunities to get out there more, meet more people. Personal growth conferences outside of Isagenix are a great way, because those people are already there looking to grow, you know, are more open-minded, you know, and anyone can benefit from this, okay? And then referrals from people. So if you know, I would say all of the people that we initially talked about, neighbors, family, friends, that's like your warm list, right? The people that you're close to, or, you know, have some kind of a relationship with. And don't, you know, hesitate to ask them for referrals too, okay? So if they, you know, say, well, you know, maybe sometime, not right now, you can say, do you know of anyone who you think might benefit from this, you know? And they might give you a few names. So, phone book memory jogger exercise. Okay, so this is a good one if you're thinking you've kind of gotten pigeonholed, or you can't think of more names. If you look through a phone book in the back, you know, where it lists like occupations or professions, and, you know, so you go through that, and it's alphabetical, right? So accountant, chiropractor, mechanic, plumber, who do I know in that profession, right? Maybe it's people you've used personally, maybe it's family, friends that, you know, work in those jobs. It's just a great way to memory jog who you know, okay? Yeah, so, you know, honestly, and then keeping your list organized, okay? So I always used to just keep a notebook, and I like handwriting things, but it was a lot harder to keep track of when I was contacting people, when I was following up. So, you know, I know some people like to use Google Docs to keep themselves organized. I like to use an Excel spreadsheet where I can plug in people's names there, you know, put the date when I first contacted them, when I followed up, you know, what the outcome was. So I've got that all in one place. That helps me stay organized. And you know, that is going to be super helpful for you as you're using your weekly income producing activity tracker too, just to, you know, stay organized with who you're reaching out to, who you're following up with.
For sure. And there's no right or wrong way to do that. So Heidi, she's Google, she's on, you know, Excel with her spreadsheets. I'm a notebook guy. Okay, I go through a lot of notebooks. I like writing them down. I like rewriting. You know, whatever system works for you is going to be what's going to be the best thing for you. So don't, you know, worry about if somebody else is doing whatever's working for you. Okay, and talking about this list, like this really is such a crucial piece. Like you have to have a list. It may sound tacky, okay, but you have to have a list, 50 to 100 names. If you don't have a list that you're working off of 50 to 100 names, like you're really playing small. Okay, you really are. You know, because everything you do is going to be based off that list and connecting with people genuinely, authentically, organically.
All right, so connecting, right? So you've got your list now, and then this is where a lot of times we're like, oh, like, well, I don't know what to say to these people, right? And yes, you do, right? This is no different than anything. You know, humans, we're natural connectors. So first of all, how do you talk to people? First of all, I want to tell you, take the pressure off yourself, right? Because if you are so focused on making that perfect pitch or, you know, wanting to like get your Isagenix plug in there, you're not going to be fully present, and you're going to probably feel kind of awkward, and they're going to probably sense that you're a little awkward. Okay. So just take the pressure off yourself and authentically connect with people. The first thing I would say is super simple, but be open to authentic connections, okay? And what do I mean by that? Be approachable, right? And I mean, think to yourself, are you approachable? Do you go places not making eye contact with anybody? Are you on your phone at any spare moment, right? Head down on your phone. If you are, that's not very approachable, right? So there are opportunities to connect with people everywhere. So simple, smile, say hello, make eye contact. How are you doing? And you know, it's not every single person you talk to, you're going to like plug Isagenix, right? But it just, the more you do it, the more natural it feels, the better it feels. And so that's one of the best ways. Be open to authentic connections and be approachable. The other thing, take a genuine interest in other people. Okay.
Huge.
Good. Yes.
It's huge.
Genuine interest in other people, right? Because so often I think we're kind of, you know, self-centered, we're self-focused. We like to talk about ourselves, and, you know, we want to be super interesting, but instead of being interesting, be interested in other people. Okay. So good leaders ask great questions and listen. Right? So what are some great questions to ask, or some conversation starters? I like form, you know, family, occupation, recreation. These are just natural things that come up in conversation. You know, you might make a little small talk, and then, so what do you do? Or, you know, where are you from? You know, your kids, you know, whatever, right? Those are natural things to start talking about. Where'd you go to school? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? And these things just kind of come up in natural conversation. Okay. So when you're asking people that, you want to listen, because honestly, when you listen to people, you're often going to hear people talk about their lack of things, right? Lack of energy, lack of resources, lack of time. They're so busy. They need to lose weight. They're running here and there, you know, so when you really listen to people, you hear people tell you what they need and how our solutions can help them. Okay. And a great opportunity, you might have the opportunity to tell them, I completely know what you mean. I felt that same way, but, you know, and then tell them what you found, right? So, or you can say, maybe you're brand new, you know, and someone's talking about this, and you can say, you know, I wasn't going to bring this up quite yet, but I started taking Isagenix a month ago, and I've never felt so good in my life. I'm so new at it, so new, right? But I've never had so much energy. And my friend Heidi's been doing this for a long time. She's the one who helped me get started. If you're open to it, you should meet her. You should totally do this too, you know? So, and honestly, you guys, that's what people resonate with, is your personal experience, being honest with people, you know, or say, I completely felt that way too, but I found something, you know, I think you should take a look at. I think you might be interested too. Would you be open, you know, to learning more about it? Also, you know, if it's, you know, I'm so new at this, but get this, I've already got my products paid for. It's made my life simple from a nutrition standpoint. My kids even have a shake a day and love it, right? So, you know, there's ways that you can bring it up into conversation when the time is right, right? There might be conversations where it isn't right, and that's totally okay. So take the pressure off yourself.
For sure. And what I want to throw in there is, if you're ever going into a conversation with somebody about what you can get out of that conversation, okay, you're not doing it for the right reason. So we know, and again, this goes back to your belief. When you wholeheartedly believe in what you're doing, you believe in the products, you believe in the vision, you believe in the opportunity, okay, you're never selling anything. What you're doing is you're giving something to somebody, an opportunity for somebody to learn about something that's going to change their life positively, all right? So you're never, ever doing it out of, ooh, I'm going to get that PIB. Ooh, I'm going to rank advance, right? You want to do it genuinely, authentically, okay? And with passion and with excitement in your voice, okay? We know from doing this that there's nobody that we've ever come across that would rather pay full price for their products than to get their products paid for, okay? So when you do talk to somebody, all right? And share that passion with them, what it's done for you, okay? You want to make sure that you're positive, that they're going to have a great result. They're going to feel amazing when they do this, because it's going to trigger that positive thought in their head right away. Not if and when you have a good experience, it's you are going to have a good experience. That's such a powerful piece to this, is understanding that. And then with that being said too, is there's absolutely, and these are great tips, this is how you connect with people, right? But there are people from the moment you get set up with Isagenix to where they want to do what you're doing. Whether it's accountability partners, like you don't have to know anything about what you're doing, to be honest, and say, hey, I'm starting this 30-day system. I'm starting these amazing performance products. I'd love to have you try it with me, hold each other accountable. It's a great way to earn that referral bonus and have people do it with you. And then also too, okay,
we know that people have better results when they have accountability.
For sure, hands down. And two, when you're connecting with people, right, you want to share your vision. You want to share, okay, what it is you're doing, like when you are excited about something. So this is great, but at the same time, if you have people that you want to go into business with, okay, I wholeheartedly believe that you should have a list of people you're going to contact about the products, people you're going to contact about the opportunity. They go hand in hand. Okay, but if you have entrepreneurs or people that you think would be open to the business side, okay, the reason why the business is so amazing is because the products work, okay, and people keep taking the products, okay? So don't hesitate or shy away from doing that when you have people that you want to lock arms with from a business perspective too.
Right. And as you're talking to people like about their career or their job, maybe it's someone you know well and you're just asking, hey, so how, how's everything going at work? Or, that's a really normal thing to ask. And they might say, good, or, it's been crazy. It's been hectic, and this is what I've been hearing more often than not, like they've reduced staff. So now I'm taking on more work and, whatever. And so when people tell you things like that, or if they're telling you about what they do for their career, one thing that you can say is, do you love it? You must love it, and then they'll say like, yes, I love it, if they're super passionate about what they do, or they might say it's okay, or it's a job, it pays the bills, right? And when people say things like that, it means they're not super passionate about it. And so that's a really good opportunity to say to them, if you're ever open to learning more about what I do, I'd love to share it with you. It may or may not be for you, but I'd love to share it with you. You'd be so great at it. And don't tell someone they'd be great at it if you don't think they would be, right? This is all about being authentic. Sure. But if it's someone that you're really good friends with, that they would love this culture, they would love Isagenix, tell them that, right? And those are some phrases I have used, and it takes the pressure off of them feeling like you're, hard selling them. It may or may not be for you, but I'd love to share it with you. I think you'd be so great at it, So that's a phrase, and write that down if you like it. I've used it multiple times, and it has been very, very effective for me.
You should share your quick story about the call you had a couple days ago about a lady you added on Facebook. And
yeah.
So again, this is how you connect naturally and organically.
Right. So, and social media, again, this is a way where you can continually add to your list, where you're making connections. That's why social media, being consistent with posting and your messaging, make sure it's congruent with who you are. But, occasionally I'll add people or friends of friends that I think, it looks like I might have something in common with. And there was one woman in particular, I saw these beautiful pictures of her family and her kids, and I saw she was a stay-at-home mom, and I just commented because the pictures were stunning. I mean, literally, they're beautiful. And I just said, you have a beautiful family. And then, from that point, I started, kind of her stuff started popping up in my newsfeed a little more. So I was liking her stuff. She was liking some of my stuff. And, we'd periodically comment on each other's things. Well, then I sent, just a message to her and just said, hey, I know this is random, but, I'd love to connect at some point. And she said, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd look forward to that too. So we had a little dialogue back and forth. We finally nailed down a time. And again, you guys, I didn't tell her why. And, she might've been a little leery, but she probably has seen enough to know that I wanted to talk to her a little bit about, what I did, because I saw she was into health. I saw she was into fitness. I saw looks like, from what I see, an awesome mom. And so, I just said, hey, I know this is random. You know, your husband and I went to college together. So I think that's how we, you know, ended up being Facebook
And she
friends.
did not date her husband.
No, I did not. But I said, I think that's how we, you know, became Facebook friends. You know, I saw this about you, and, you know, I could be wrong, but, you know, from everything I've seen about you, and I told her why I thought of her, I said, I think you would be great at what I do. And I just wanted to, you know, bring it up, or, you know, just wanted to talk to you about it. It may or may not be for you, but I just wanted to, you know, see if you'd be open to learning more about it. And that was literally the start of how we had our conversation. She said, yeah, you know, I've been seeing this and I would like to, you know, I am curious. And, you know, so we had a great conversation. It was about 30 minutes long. Got off of that. I sent her a few tools. I sent her our 10-minute webinar so she could learn more about the products. The way it was left is she said, you know, at the very least, I think my husband and I would like to be product users, and I'm intrigued by what you do. And I think if I liked him, I'd love to share it too. So that was how it was left. Okay. This is literally not someone I've ever met, but we've, you know, I felt like I had something in common with her. Okay. So that is a phrase I use all the time. It's very non-threatening to people because you want to genuinely share with them. You think they'd be good at it. It may or may not be for you because it gives them the out. If they're, you know, no, thank you, I'm not interested. You know, that's totally fine. Okay. But that's a great phrase that I use often. Let's see. All right. Okay. Yes. So, you know, another great phrase to use often, Eric Worre, you know, author of GoPro. Yes. He
if
always
you haven't
says,
read GoPro,
yes, if you haven't read
GoPro
it,
or listen to the audio.
It's great.
Awesome.
Okay. So he always says, you know, the magic phrase is, if I would you, you know, so if I were to send you some information, would you be open to taking a look? You know, you're asking for permission versus like shoving things down people's throats, right? So this is a great way to avoid the whole verbal vomit thing, telling them about all the protein before you even know if they have any interest in learning about it. So if I would you, right? You're asking for permission to, you know, keep that conversation, that dialogue going. All right. So when you're out connecting in public, you know, maybe you eat at a great restaurant and your server is one of those like just special people, you know, and you're like, gosh, they would be amazing, you know, and you have this great connection, and I call them those gems, right? You have those, you meet those gems, you connect in passing, and how do you continue that connection, right? Because it's not appropriate, right? When you're sitting at a nice meal, you're having this great connection, it's not appropriate to be, you know, talking about Isagenix or trying to pitch it. But, you know, a great way to do it is, you know, just to continue that, you can say, you know, are you on Facebook? And they'd probably say yes, right? You'd say, you know, I'd love to get your, you know, I'd love to connect with you because you're awesome. Or, you know, I love your energy, or I feel like we totally connected, you know, and I'd love to stay in contact. And every time I have done this, you guys, people have not said no, right? They haven't, as long as you don't act weird about it, you know, because you've got your phone there or you're getting ready to leave and you say, you know, are you on Facebook? You know, I'd love to connect with you, and you can hand it over, let them plug their name in if you want to. But that's just a great way to keep the dialogue going. You don't have to push Isagenix on, you don't have to message them about that right away, but, you know, they can kind of see what you're all about, right? Who you are through your social media posting, which is why that's such a, you know, important way to, I guess, share with the world what you're all about.
For sure.
All right. So
we went through most of the stuff that we're going to go through tonight.
Question maybe.
Pull it up.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Christy met a lady getting her car fixed.
Christy, did you connect? Did you get did you add her on Facebook or anything like that?
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so with that being said, before we wrap up tonight, I'm going to go back to this beautiful weekly IPA tracker. Okay, so you may, and if you're brand new, it's like, how many initial contacts, how many follow-up messages am I going to do? How many three-way calls am I going to do? Okay. Wholeheartedly believe, okay, that again, in order to be successful, it kind of comes down to being a numbers game. It really does. The more people you generally connect with, the better your chances are of building a business. The more people you share the vision with, the opportunity with, the better your chances are to develop business builders and get people interested in the business. If you don't ever talk about the business or ever talk about the referral program, okay, they're not going to do that either. Okay, so again, we're all products of our environment. So if we don't ever approach anybody or mention, hey, just so you know, if you find people that can do this with you, you're going to get $150 back or $370 back as a referral bonus. Okay, they're not going to know about it, so they definitely won't talk to anybody, and then they definitely won't duplicate that. So we wholeheartedly believe that every time you get somebody set up, you should at least mention, hey, there's a great referral opportunity. Who do you know? Do you know at least 2 people? If you find 2 people do this with you, you can earn $150 back. Okay, letting them know that from the start is very, very important. Okay, not everybody's going to do it. Okay, but again, when they have a good product experience, not if, but when they have a good product experience, okay, they're going to remember, wait, Ryan said something about there being a referral program. And my best friend just mentioned or just noticed that I've lost 8 pounds this week or 8 pounds since I started, whatever it may be. And I have so much more energy. They're going to ask me what it is I'm doing. Why wouldn't I want to help them and get my products paid for? Okay. You do want to. All right. So just remembering that. Okay. Setting, I would say realistic goals. I would say you want to stretch yourself a little bit, but you'd be surprised. Okay. Again, when you're going through iceelitesuccess.com and you see different templates on how to reach out to people, and obviously you want to tailor those to fit your need, your voice, okay, with people. Okay. But you can knock out 3 to 5 contacts, messages, texts, Facebook calls, okay, very, very quickly, okay? And those are income-producing activities, okay? There's going to be times where you're going to get on the phone and you're going to talk to somebody for 30 minutes, okay? But that's not always the most efficient way of using your time, as Heidi mentioned before, okay? If I would you, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. If I would you, okay. If I could show you how, or if I could show you a tool, if I could send you a 10-minute webinar, would you take a look? And then you follow up with them. Be more efficient with your time, okay, is very, very important. So whatever your goals are on this sheet, make sure you're writing those down and share them with somebody. Share them with who invited you into this group. Okay, we've got an awesome group. We've got 55 people on here. Whoever invited you in, have a couple accountability partners and go over this stuff with them and hold each other accountable. We're going to be doing that as a group, but it's just a very simplistic way to hold yourself accountable and stay on track. So,
all right. So I think just to close it out, the most important things about connecting and sharing, authenticity. I know we've talked about it before, but be genuine and take a genuine interest in other people. And that's, if you're coming at it from the wrong reasons, people are going to see through that and you're probably not going to be super successful. So authenticity and be genuine. Another great way is when you're reaching out to someone, complimenting them, and again, genuinely complimenting them, asking for permission, if I would you, and then having confidence in what you're doing. That's having posture about it is huge. Practice, right? The only way you get really good at this and get, great at it is by doing it, right? It might feel a little awkward, a little uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the less you have those feelings of discomfort. And, so honestly, that's where the magic is. It's in the application and practicing. Do not verbal vomit. Like we said, create curiosity. So, if someone asks you what you do, and you give them a little bit and then have them wanting to ask you more instead of you listing off every, pillar product Isagenix has to offer and why it's so amazing, before they even care. Okay. Again, have posture. And a great exercise for you just even mentally is to write down 3 main things that taking the products have done for you. So if, whether it's convenience, it's giving you more energy, whatever it is that's really benefited you, that's going to help you have that conviction, that posture when someone says, oh, you're doing that. And you say, yeah, this is what it's done for me. You should take a look at it, so you can have that posture versus shutting down or thinking they're judging you because, they might say it with the nose crinkle, right? So that really helps, have that posture and that belief. Okay. So, those are the main things we wanted to talk about tonight, you guys. If anyone has questions, feel free to fire them away on the chat here.
And one last thing that I'm going to say is setting these tangible goals for yourself and then writing them down, obviously, but doing them, not just writing down, I'm going to do 5 contacts a day. And then by Wednesday or Friday, you've done 3. Be consistent with it. That's the name of the game, is consistency. Everybody on here can grow a significant Isagenix business if you decide to do it. It starts with a decision you have to make, being positive, being consistent. End of story. That's what it takes. There's no secret formula. Like those of you that have been in Isagenix now for a year, 2 years, have been to events, like you're on here right now. You're like, they didn't tell me anything new. No, we didn't tell you anything new. This is all you, these are the tracks to run on. You have to put the work in. Okay. You have to do it. You have to have a strong why. You have to understand a few basic facts on the products. You have to understand the compensation plan. You have to take damn ownership of your business. Okay. When you own your business and you own your position, you're going to be successful. If you're waiting for somebody else to grow your business for you, it's not going to happen. Okay. People are watching you. When you enroll somebody, they're watching you, what you're doing next. Okay. So that's such a crucial piece to this, is making sure that you're walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Okay. And this tracking sheet is going to allow you to do that step by step by step. Okay. And if you have more than an hour a day to put into it, put in more than an hour a day to it. Okay. You're going to have better results. All right. But everybody can do 6 days per week, 1 hour of turning their phones off, of being plugged in and doing income producing activities. And maybe your first couple hours, okay, you get started with your brand, you are on the website and you're learning, the compensation plan, and you're learning the things that are going to build your belief in the opportunity. Maybe that's what you're doing. Okay. Whatever it is you need to do it. Okay. And the tracks to run on are going to help you be massively successful. So, do we have any specific scripts for objections? I can't eat that. Wait forever. What happens after 30 days? We have scripts on the ICE Elite Success page. Everybody's different as opposed to what they do after their 30 days. So that's where your belief, your knowledge, your education, and the products on what to recommend for them is going to be crucial. It is a lifestyle. So we always tell everybody it is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And based on if they hit their weight loss goals, how they adjust it, going from there is totally up to them out of convenience. So you just got to get to know the person a little bit better, and then also keep building your belief in the products for that. Can I add pre-enrollments from England to this? Absolutely. Yes, Casey, you sure can. Please do if they can make it. And anybody else, any questions that you have?